Hey, what's up, guys? Anime Talk here with Izzy and today's podcast
stop being
episode.
so lazy.
We can't
half-ass it, bro. This is a podcast. We have to be good.
The Anime Weekly. It's okay. We got this. The Anime Weekly.
It's because you came home so late.
It's 10:35 p.m. in a cold
It's
car.
not even that late, bro. But
it's late for me because I was out the whole day.
Yeah, it's your fault for going out the whole day.
It's your fault for not doing it by yourself.
I should have. Nobody
No one would watch
care.
you.
No, nobody would even care about you. They wouldn't even
No,
notice
I
you
am.
gone.
I am Anime Talk. I just told you I would
are.
take Anime Talk by myself and I will win.
You just told me. No, you didn't just tell me. You told me that like 3 days ago. Okay.
Let's talk about anime since you like to,
Anyways, guys, welcome back to Anime Weekly or whatever
I
it's called.
I wanna bring up some news real quick, because I think it would be interesting if there's some people who are watching Shippuden dubbed. Just letting you guys know, episodes 459 to 272, I think, or 3, is out on DVD. And it's currently not. It's currently not on those websites, if you know what I mean. They still haven't uploaded it. I mean, the websites I'm looking at. Wink, wink.
Anyways, today's topic.
Wait. There's also more news.
What?
Okay, another thing is I searched up some Wikipedia stuff. We all know Wikipedia is very reliable. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's also saying Shippuden for the last episodes from 473 to 500. So all the episodes, they'll be like dubbed by February 26th. So that's what they're saying.
Dubbed by.
No, like it's releasing in that day.
Oh.
Like it's gonna be released on the day. I think they're all dubbed right now, and they're just milking the money.
Uglies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna buy the CD. I forgot.
How much is it gonna?
It's like $26
Wow,
for today's
cheap.
the one that came out. Yeah.
Anyways, today's topic.
I want to be one of those guys that buy the collections because I like Naruto so much.
I like a CD, but we don't even have a CD player.
PS5 or you just play it on there. What the hell?
But that's so much work.
You're so annoying. Don't you just want to experience Naruto in high def?
Well, okay. Today's topic is.
I don't like you brushing off.
Today's topic
about
is
Naruto.
why we haven't been doing reviews on Tokyo Ghoul.
Is it really reviews what we do? We just talk about the show.
I don't know what we do with every other show except Tokyo Ghoul.
Whatever we do every week on random shows, we don't do it on Tokyo Ghoul anymore.
Yeah, because Tokyo Ghoul is just. I don't think there will be spoilers.
We're not gonna spoil it. No, we're not spoiling it at all. We're not talking about spoilers. We're talking about why it's just so stupid. Why they failed us. Why we just gave up on it.
Like the best thing that came out of Tokyo Ghoul when it came out lately was just their intro.
And the anime.
That was the best thing that
and
came
the
out.
anime, like what we're doing is like an anime recommendation of not to watch. Like don't watch this right now. Like I don't think you should watch it. I think reading the manga is better. I've heard better. Like
But even the manga readers, they're confused.
I think some manga. I'm not sure. I think it is, but I heard it's a little bit better. Like I have a cousin that's reading it. Manga. He's like, dude, I gave up. I cannot watch it anymore. Like that's how bad it is. It's gone from like really good to what the hell just happened to okay, I'm so done. Like I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, we've discussed it before. It's mainly because of their like.
They're transitioning.
Like their failure of the original Tokyo Ghoul, because it was a failure, but it was a failure as in like they didn't follow the manga, so
like,
that's why it's so confusing.
Yeah.
But if they just stick to the manga and then they continued with season 2, then it wouldn't be a worry. Like we'd probably understand it, but because they did that and they're just continuing with the manga without even explaining anything from season 1 or like the beginning, it's just confusing because we don't know anything. Yeah, because we don't read manga. Tell me why. Why would you do that? Even like for for anime watchers, we watch it. We don't read. There's reasons why we watch it. Well, there are people that read it and then watch it, but like you have to explain it. You can't just go into it like halfway in the manga and not even tell us what this means. They won't even explain it after they say it. Like they'll say something is happening, but in like the original Tokyo Ghoul, nothing like that even happened.
Yeah, and like what's it called? This is how it started off. So we had like the first season following the manga a little bit. I think they did skip some chapters. Then the second season totally go off. They're not. It's their own thing. They're doing their own version. Probably only took from like the beginning from manga source material, and then this season they look like they tried to go back to the manga, but obviously skipping a whole chunk of what happened, and not explaining what really went down. And then the next season after that, the one we're watching right now, or the continued season, it's just getting worse and worse. We don't know what's going on. Now, like, it's like giving you an example. It's like having a character named Tom, and then Tom, I guess, changes to Bob. And you're like, where the hell did Bob come from? And then at the same time, it's like,
Who's
okay,
Bob?
now Bob is Tom. But it's ridiculous.
Saying Kaneki is Heisei, and Heisei turned into Kaneki.
It's just...
Who's Heisei? What? Why is Kaneki back?
Like I said, we're not gonna spoil... It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, just kidding. Who is Heisei? That's a word, a name
it's okay.
I've never even
It's
heard
okay. That's
about.
different. That's like saying just a name. But in general, like, I don't even want to bring up their names or anything. Let's not even talk about it. Let's just talk about why it sucks. It's like our experience with the show from this season continuing. Every time we tried to do a podcast in the beginning, it was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, oh, I remember this part. And she'd be like, oh, I remember this part. But I'm like, are you sure that really happened? And then we're like, yeah. And then would be like, okay, I don't understand why this happened, and I don't understand what that happened. I think we had like a whole 15-minute podcast, and we just deleted it. We didn't even want to put it out there. It was just so ridiculous. Like, we couldn't explain it. Like, we watched it, and we couldn't explain what was happening.
It was funny, because, like, when the opening came out, and, like, when the sub came out, and we just listened to the opening, and we watched it, we were all excited. We were like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until we actually do some reviews on it, or, like, do just, like, podcasts on it.
Because we never did it. That was our first time. Like,
we're like, excited, because we like Tokyo Ghoul. It's pretty good.
We made a predictions video. We made a whole predictions video about it.
Yeah, and then, like, once, like, the first episode came out, we were so confused, and then we did the podcast, and it was just a mess. It was, like, a whole mess. Like, it's funny, because, like, before they stopped, or, like, the first half of the season, we understood it, like, pretty clearly.
Not
like,
that great.
We were
like,
adapting
we
to
got
it, you know?
We were like, this is what we were doing. We're like, okay, I'm understanding a little bit. There's still confusing parts, but I'm going to stick with it, because I know they're going to explain it.
Yeah, right.
But then when the second season came out, it was like, not the second season, but I think it was the continuing season. We're like, okay, what? Like, you can't, it didn't make sense. None of it made sense. There was, like, is it a spoiler talking about a death, but, like, not really saying the name or anything, just saying pointless deaths?
Yeah.
There was, like, pointless deaths where it didn't make sense. Like, what is it, like, the death had, so supposedly there was a death that happened, and it was so significant in the manga, but the death was, like, nothing in the anime.
They didn't talk about it.
Yeah, they didn't even, like, it was nothing. It was like, okay, like, we laughed about it. We never even knew about the character, but we laughed at it because, like, it was such a ridiculous thing. Like, remember how it was, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was so unneeded.
I wish I could bring it up.
Unnecessary.
I wish I could bring it up, but no, I just don't want to spoil it. Even
like, it's not a main character, but it was like
it was a brush off.
Yeah,
it was such a brush off compared to what the manga had. Like, it was just absurd. Like, I'm not saying not to watch the anime. I'm just saying get prepared, because you're gonna get confused. Like, the first season was so good, and I don't know, second season was okay. You still understood what was happening because it was their own thing. But then third season's like, what happened? It was very confusing. I could tell you that. Very confusing and frustrating. And there was some, like, they would have characters be something, and then you're like, wait, when did that happen? Like, they never showed that character being that thing. And there wasn't really much like a time lapse where it's like showing, oh, that everyone got older. I think it was just more like a time lapse of everyone getting different animation.
Never made that.
The animation is irritating.
Yeah,
because,
I like it.
No, it's good. It's good quality.
Like,
they flip flop. They, like, you can't do that. They all look different. Everyone looks different. It's like, why are they doing this? They're making it more confusing. You know? Like, make higher quality animation, but why change up everything about it?
Yeah, I think it was because, like, maybe they got, like, new artist or anything.
Probably.
Yeah, but
But the thing is, but you didn't understand the potential of Tokyo Ghoul.
yeah,
Like it's so good.
It was so like popular when it came out. Ever like until now, every person. Like, every anime person knows it. And even, like, if somebody that doesn't watch anime...
They know Tokyo Ghoul.
They still know.
Yes! You know, our cousins, I was talking to them. They're like, oh, wait, this is the guy I seen in the memes. He has the mask on and stuff. I thought it was, like, a weird thing.
Even non-anime watcher or anime watchers, they don't... They know Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
That's how popular it is. It's like Naruto popular, you know? That's like really, and like they could have done so much with like the second season, like with after like being gone for so long, they could have made it better. But if they did do the you know, like the repeat, basically, I feel like a Tokyo Ghoul means remake. They could have done an actual remake.
I think they have the manga saying Tokyo Re too.
Really?
I'm not sure. I'm not positive, but I think it is. It's from them. I don't think it means remake.
No, I think they should have. If they were gonna do then they should have done a remake.
A remake. Yeah, they should have done season 2 again.
Yeah,
and there's some chapters they've been skipping. Yeah, there's some important chapters. I don't know. I heard a lot. They've been skipping a lot of chapters. I don't know what's going on with them.
Like, you should have just left the original Tokyo Ghoul alone. If you wanted to continue that, then they could have continued it. But if you were gonna follow the manga, then start over, make another show. It's Tokyo Ghoul but it's not connected with the original Tokyo Ghoul. It's like Hunter x Hunter remake, how there's like an old and new one, but except like it's not the same plot, but they're the same like concept.
Or Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Fullmetal Alchemist, the first one, they were following the manga, but then I think episode like 15 they stopped, and then they made their own thing. Brotherhood, they literally remade the whole thing. Like, they made the whole show, and it was obviously 10 times better, quality-wise. It was just so interesting. It wasn't slow-paced. The voices were good. You know, everything about it. But no, Tokyo Ghoul. And the thing is, you know, Tokyo Ghoul was going to end in that first season that they made. That was it. There wasn't going to be any more Tokyo Ghoul after that. Like, that was the cut line. Like, that's the ending that you're going to get, and that's it. But the thing is, the fans wanted more. They gave us more with the second season, but it wasn't following the actual material, you know? Like, it was confusing material. And then you're like, okay, it was a good season, but it wasn't what the manga is. And then, like, how are you going to go from there? And what they end up doing is they follow the manga for the season 3. So, season 1 and 3, they follow the manga, but season 2, they make their own shit, you know? Which it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you do that? Why would you put all that work on a really good anime and then just mess it up like that in 5 seconds?
I don't know, man.
Like, we're complaining here, but if you watched the show and understood like what we're talking about, like this week, like the thing is now I'm not really excited about Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, we haven't been watching Tokyo Ghoul for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I think it didn't come last week, I think.
Oh, really?
But when we were about to watch it this week for last week, we're like, okay, it's not there. It didn't come out.
But
so who
when
cares?
we found out Goblin Slayer didn't come out, we're like,
my
whoa,
God.
what the
heck?
Like
Goblin Slayer, we were losing our minds. Like, why is there no new episode?
See, it should be the same, but guess what? It's not.
Yeah,
and that's really sad.
Like, we're so... I remember when I watched Tokyo Ghoul, I watched it when it came out, like, weekly, subbed. You know, like, I was watching it every week. I was so into it. And then they do this shit. Like, just coming from, like...
That's just so disappointing. Like credit and kudos to the creators and those that are making it, because I'm pretty sure it costs so much. They're putting all the effort into it. But your effort is confusing me.
Yeah, like...
Like, I don't understand. At least give us, like, a warning on the side. Like, warning.
Screaming.
Anime watchers may not understand.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, we do appreciate the creators and the people who are making this, but it's just like you're not gonna keep people like this. Yeah. You can't. I was so excited.
It's going downhill.
Yeah, I mean, that's our opinion, obviously, not maybe a lot other people's.
Yeah, of course.
I heard my cousin, he used to watch the show, but like he just gave up. He wanted to watch manga. I'm like, wow, it's that bad. It's he watched the manga. No, he read the manga.
I read the anime and I watch the manga.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he was telling me, I was like, wow, like you know,
Like, it's not just us, you
like
know?
it's not us. Like we're comparing it, and then I had this other cousin who is watching the show, and this guy's a non-anime watcher. He doesn't watch anime, so like I was kind of like, man, I can't believe I recommended the show to him. Like it's like, man, this is so stupid. I should never done that. Like it was not worth it. Like I should have recommended something else because he could have just lost interest, and he's like, nah, I'm not gonna watch this. This is shit. Like this is crap. I'm not watching any more anime. This is all anime now.
Yeah, he'll judge it all
By just one show. Like. I mean, he's watching Assassination Classroom. He might be getting back into it because that's a good ass show. Like I cry every time.
It's funny because she was watching Assassination Classroom after him, and she
We didn't even tell her. She just found it. Yeah, yeah. That's a good show, man. But that's another podcast.
I don't think so.
Why? You're done with this?
Today's my last day.
I quit. Honestly, though, Tokyo Ghoul, it's not. Like, I wouldn't recommend it again to anyone.
It's disappointing though.
I
so
can't.
sad.
I don't think I can. I don't think I
The
can.
amount of disappointment I feel now, like I love like the original, and it was so good, and I wasn't like angry about like the coming. I wasn't like upset or anything. I was like looking forward to it too, but like when they just came out and like came back in October, I was disappointment.
Man,
Why?
I hope people give a shit and listen to us.
Yeah.
Like,
who cares about our opinions, bro?
Yeah, like,
maybe, but like, it's just good to say because like, what if other people feel this too? Like,
yeah.
what if other people are like,
no one can say it. No one can say it. Thank you, Izzy and So. Thank you. Take our money. Cool. I always wanted a Ferrari.
I don't think they give us that much money. Maybe
You never know that.
Maybe a dime
Don't,
at the most.
You guys would give us that much money.
You guys?
Anyone.
Who's you guys?
Anyone listening.
Hey, buddy. I know you're going through a lot, but just remember, I love you.
I was with my friends today, and they were making fun of me because I'm so broke. Because I used to have money, And
yeah.
I went to a store and I tried to order something. All 3 of my credit cards got declined. My debit card got declined, which is weird because I have money in it. I know for a fact I have money. My 2 other credit cards got declined, and I told them to pay for me. And then we went to this restaurant, and I'm like, okay, guys, I'll put it on my card. And they're like, no, don't put it on your card. It's going to get declined. Because, like, you know how you do this thing where you share?
Yeah.
Like, someone puts it on their card, and then you send the money by Facebook or Venmo. Yeah, they did not want me to. That's how broke I am, guys. Give us some money.
Stop making them feel bad. Jeez.
May I have some more?
My God, stop. It's funny, dude. I just remembered something from Instagram.
Uh-huh.
There is a comment.
Is another the same guy, the promoter again, is talking to us? You guys
No.
want to be a promoter? No.
No, it's something else. There's 2. There's one that those accounts that
Yeah, the spam
promote
accounts.
themselves.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I know this is so much like to ask, but please check out my account.
Yeah, when we see that, we really we don't do anything to it. We don't like it. We don't delete it. We just let them be, because we know what they're doing is kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
It's and then we go back to us.
I mean, I thought about doing it, but yeah, it's so bad.
I don't like when they do that.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
It's pretty annoying.
We get them so much. We're like, oh, cool, a fan actually commented
Like
on
at
our thing.
first, at first I was like, oh, I feel bad for that. I won't look at their account, but oh, cool.
And then
nice.
they would get like 17,000
Yeah.
followers, and they won't post anything.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's like, what's the point of following
So
you?
there's one like that. It was like, hey, like I'm starting out like in like the music business or anything or whatever, and he's just like, or she is just like, they're like, even if you're feeling down, just remember I love you, or like don't be sad, be happy. Life is a roller coaster, but you just gotta go through it. I was like, what? I'm not sad. I'm happy. I was just like stunned. And then the second one was like, want to join the Illuminati? Well, now you can.
I saw that. I seen 2 of them already.
Yeah, 2 of them.
I think it's a meme going around.
Yeah, it's so
that
funny.
That one's funny. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's not like really taking it seriously. You're just trying to.
Yeah, it's so funny. I like that one.
It's
I
like
wanna
Facebook.
copy-
You know,
yeah.
Facebook, where they take like, I was 6 years old and I was born with this deficiency or something. Like I'm retarded or something like
Yeah.
that, you know, like that. And then he's like, I just made you waste your whole time reading this. I'm not really
Yeah,
like that.
I know those.
Yeah.
But this one, it was like, hey, want to join the
Illuminati.
Illuminati? Well, now you
I've seen
can.
2 of those.
You want that fame? You want that success? You want that? You want that money? I was like, yeah, I do. Well, now you can. All you have to do is DM me. I was like, wow, that's really creepy.
It is.
Yeah, it's funny though.
I read that one time at night. I was scared. Like I was on Instagram. I think I was posting a meme, and I read that comment. I'm like, God, that's so creepy to read at night. Like you know, it's like you want to be an Illuminati, and then you start looking around you. Is the Illuminati watching me? Should I say yes
They're
or no?
always watching.
Yeah, it'll be funny if we get a comment. Can I say the N word? And then we say yes. Why would you ask us that?
Wow.
When you're scared to be racist.
Wow.
Anyway,
Have you ever gotten a comment like that?
Or can I say the N word?
Yeah.
I've seen that on YouTube a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like they're not trying to say the N word. They're just jokingly saying
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like, well, there's a difference between like actually saying it and just trying to be, you know, like anyone that's believing in that and they actually do say the N word, like on purpose, you know.
Yeah.
Like Trevor Noah, if you guys know who that is, he's like the
Yeah.
Daily guy, Daily Show guy, whatever. He's African American.
He's awesome.
He's funny as hell, and he was telling a story about how someone called him the N word, and then he took what he said, that was like the N word,
Yeah.
and he mixed it up with Jesus,
It's
and he's
his
like
mother's love.
mother's love, and then I think he was like, thank you, I appreciate it. Or he said it back to him. He said the
Yeah.
N word to him, and the white guy was confused
Yeah,
because why'd you call me the N word?
Yeah, and then the white guy, he looked at his hands, like, right after. It was
Yeah.
so, the thought of it is
He's
so
like,
funny.
I'm black.
Wait, what?
Is this how it feels? And that was just so funny to me.
Yeah.
Because his mom taught him to take the bad and
Like,
mix
all
it
the
in with
negative-
Jesus.
All the negativity. All you gotta do is mix it like a cake bowl and then just, like, release it.
I like how he did the motion of mixing it. It
Yeah.
looks so funny to me.
Yeah.
And
I
the
love
thing
him.
is, it turns out he was like talking about the N-word itself is not common in Africa because they're
Yeah.
already racist. But like if they were to say the N-word, like it's
They
not.
wouldn't be affected by
It
it.
won't, like over here is different because obviously how the N-word it's
in
impacted
English.
back then. But like when they do it, it's like a joke. You're the N-word. It's like no, you. Like that's how they do it, which is really funny. I don't know if that was accurate, but that's him living
Yeah,
his
and
life.
he also mentioned that the N-word, there's a word,
That sounds like
Yeah.
something else in African.
I don't know what the language is, but,
Give it. It was like he said.
Yeah.
It means give it, right?
yeah. Like in his language, the N-word, it means something else. It means to give, you know? So, like, it's just so funny. So, like, if they did say it to him,
I'm gonna change this podcast name talking about the N-word.
oh. By the way, guys, we cannot say the N-word. We are not black.
But we are white. So if we were waiting around, when the revolution starts, maybe we could say the N-word.
Tell them we're white. Jeez. We're not white.
We're not allowed to say anything about it.
Yeah, we can't say
The thing is, I was like, thinking about the other day, like when people say, like, okay, there was this thing called like blackface. It's racist.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's racist, right?
Yeah, that is.
But how about whiteface? Why isn't that racist? But like white, but like when you're trying to be white, but
I think, like white chicks?
uh-huh.
You know how they
The white thing?
Yeah, that. I don't know about that.
I honestly, for me, like I don't know, but I would think that would be
I haven't
racist.
searched.
I think if you're trying to be any kind of like thing, like if you're
any
Mexican
race.
and you put like this certain color to
Yeah.
represent that, like I think that's kind of racist. So I would think that for white people,
blackface is more racist because the dark color is what like brings it out. Because of the melanin, they want to be darker, and that.
There's
shows,
also
like,
this in like
they're
bleaching.
mocking them basically.
But there's like also like
Bleaching,
bleaching.
yeah.
It's like where they're trying to become white.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid.
Yeah,
like
that's famous in the
Asian
Asian
country. Even though I
especially
think
in
in
Korea.
African countries too.
Really?
I think being
Yeah,
more
but-
like which
yeah,
sucks.
like India and China and Japan.
Which is
and
so
Korea.
absurd. What?
Yeah,
Have
because
you-
they have high beauty standards. They think the European features are the most beautiful. That's why they want to be white.
That's so stupid. But Like,
it's stupid.
do you
The
think,
thought that you
wait,
want to be like you want to be another race. You want to look this way because like it's the ideal, but it's not. You know, don't like say that's like the European features are so ideal. They're so pretty, but like why would you? Why are only the Europeans
it's
like
really
why
bad
are
for
they?
your health.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's bad for your mental health. Because
Yeah.
they'll do plastic surgery, they'll do
But like,
anything.
like
Nothing
like,
against it, but like still, you don't have to change
there's
yourself
also,
to like
there's
fit
also
a
to
certain
becoming
ideal.
black. Like, like you could darker tanning, black.
Yeah,
There's
that's,
also
that's
that.
famous in America.
Yeah, that's like over here.
They
It's
do
like
tanning instead.
like, have you seen Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that the picture was fake, but in general, like,
Yeah.
still, I kind of get it. Like, she was whiter and
Yeah, she was.
and she got more dark, but maybe.
You know, she had curly hair.
Yeah, she used to have curly hair, but not anymore.
It's so sad though. Like, why would she straighten it?
Yeah,
so much?
but like for that, that's the thing is that bad? Like, there was this woman on like Facebook, or not Facebook, but it's like from Al Jazeera. It's like the news thing.
Yeah.
And she's talking about how like, they're taking our blackness because they're trying to become black. Like they're trying to luscious lips and stuff like that. And so I'm like, where is the line? Like, I would just say they're both bad because you're trying to be both, like, trying to get out from it. But at the same time, the way she was talking about it, she was being very like rude about it and egotistic about it. Like, it's like, why should you have this?
Like, we're perfect and like
it's kind of sound like it's like
I think
like, both are bad, but at the same time it's like, do whatever you want.
I think like the point is like that's why they're doing a lot of this like campaigning, like, oh, you're beautiful the way you are and stuff, mostly because of the ideal types. Because first and like everywhere, like in the beginning, or like I don't know, the beginning, like 1900s, it was the European features that like the most famous in all around the world, until like the 2000s, where people started getting tan and like they started getting like curly hair or something. And, like 2015 they did the lip thing with Kylie Jenner and stuff. Yeah, it was.
You know she's Armenian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kardashians, they are.
I didn't think a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not white.
Yeah, they're not.
They're Armenian.
And it's sad because mostly everybody does this because the freaking famous people, that they're putting the looks, because they think that's what makes everything beautiful. Because guess who's telling them? The companies that they're in, that's what makes them. It's just like, I don't know. It's like you point fingers at them, but they got it from somebody else, and then that's the other people got it from how they grew up and how they were raised. But mostly it was because how they're raised, everybody.
It's like the Uchiha clan. No, it doesn't make sense.
No.
I just want to bring back anime into this.
Because it's the anime podcast.
It's the anime podcast, not the political podcast.
That's funny.
Yeah, so should we go back to Tokyo Ghoul?
So yeah, Tokyo Ghoul is so bad.
Yeah, the main point for Tokyo Ghoul, like just pretending that we never said anything from before. Yeah, so like Tokyo Ghoul, honestly though, it's just a headache to do, headache to talk about.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah,
I've said it already.
Like even doing, I actually enjoy doing the rant more, because we were just getting frustration because like talking about the few weeks we had with it, just so annoying. Yeah, that's the only thing about Tokyo Ghoul. It just sucks. I wouldn't recommend it again to someone for them to watch. I'm just gonna wait until to see what's happening. I really doubt they could fix it unless they remade the whole show, which is, like I said, doubt. It's too much money.
Yeah.
They're ready. I heard also the creator wants just to get over with the show. He doesn't.
That's so sad. That's where it's like the show should be done.
Yeah.
Like they already they downgraded.
Yeah.
Somehow, even though they kind of upgraded with animation, but they downgraded with story and understanding things.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I remember I was screaming in this certain part. I'm not gonna talk about it because it's spoiler. But there's a scream this part in Tokyo Re. It was towards the end, I think. I screamed 3 times in that episode. I don't remember. I'm just gonna do the motion. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So there was this part. It was just that got me excited.
Crazy.
It was so crazy. I screamed. I told my little brother to look away.
Yeah.
And
that's how crazy it was.
Yeah, and I'm like, why can't?
It was the gory part.
It's so good in that type of that part, but they're not doing the story right. They're not doing it right. They're not
Yeah.
explaining shit right. Like if you got like animes like Naruto will explain exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's not good.
Point
I mean,
by
I'm not,
point, like
point by
detailed explanation.
detailed explanation. Haha, I got you because of this and that and this and that and that.
Yeah.
But like here, it's like, the anime's over.
And they don't talk. They don't talk. It's all like pointing at like different like scenes in it. It's just like them like
it would show
fighting.
like a scene like of people we don't even know who, like there's no bond. Like we can't bond with the characters. If they were to kill off any of those characters, we have no reaction to it. Because it's not there, like there's no bond. Like we're not building anything with them.
Yeah. It's just like
Yeah, and I'm not saying Naruto's good
Long.
with that shit. Like I hate that shit when it's like really slow.
yeah.
I think they just did that because they don't want to catch up to the manga, but who knows? Because people always tell me the Naruto manga is 10 times better than the anime because of it's not slow paced like that.
Guess I gotta read the manga.
I'm not gonna
you're
read
so
the manga.
slow.
Don't worry.
Shouldn't you just read the manga? Because you already finished
I don't
the
want to read it.
anime.
For me, I don't want to read the manga because like
You have to take every Naruto you can have, bro. It's already done.
but it's not that. It's just like I find it more entertaining when it's anime, like video, like when they do scenes with fighting or they do some type of comedy. It's just funnier to me or cooler. That's why. Ugh.
I read like
Ugh.
four books of the manga of Naruto
Oh really?
a long time ago, like 3 years ago.
How was that?
I was just in the school library, and then I was like, oh, Naruto, and I just got it because I was bored. I was like, oh, I don't know. It's been a long time. Maybe like I don't know. It was okay. I mean, I already watched everything, like from like that time, and like it was like watching the anime again. You know?
Yeah.
It was like the same exact
Man,
thing.
I would love to delete like everything I know anything about Naruto so I can watch it again.
Wow.
I mean that's how much I'm into it, you know? Like I remember I used to watch Naruto when I was a kid. Like I enjoy Naruto.
I remember when I watched it. You were watching it,
Mhm.
and then we had a book bed,
Yeah.
and I was watching it from the top, and then Naruto was doing the Naruto run, but he was doing like the jump run where he goes through the trees. I
Yeah.
was like, wow.
It's a good show. I like the show. I think let's just talk about like our favorites real quick. Maybe give it like 5 minutes and we can end it because Tokyo Ghoul rant is over.
Oh yeah.
And then so let's see.
Our favorite shows.
My favorite show, my
I
number
think we
one.
should talk about that in a different podcast, but we'll give it like a brief.
We could do a brief one and then we could
Yeah.
do another whole like thing. Like my favorite show is no doubt my favorite show in not only in anime but in general, all the shows like
Yeah?
anything. Yeah, it's Naruto. Naruto's my favorite.
Dang, Naruto's the best.
I know it's my favorite because
And you watched a lot of shows.
I watch a lot of shows. Like I can tell you, I watch Breaking Bad. The thing is though, like it's just cause it's my cup of tea. Like that's my thing. Yeah, it's like my taste. Like I grew up with this show. The storyline is so good to me. Like I enjoyed it. Like, I mean, obviously people are gonna say no, it's total shit. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not those guys that get, oh, you're so
All
stupid.
offended.
Yeah, but yeah, it's your opinion. I mean, there is no best show out there. Because if the only you can't have that
Literally.
criteria, you have to watch every show. I mean, from
It's
ever.
all up to your own taste. Nobody can say, "Oh, these are the top 100 shows."
Yeah, you can't say that. You
Yeah.
could say popularity wise,
Because everybody has their own opinions, and they can't,
like
it's impossible unless like you're in like an ideal world with like the Giver stuff. And,
you know, where you watch one show, which
Yeah.
would be Naruto.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like my top is always gonna be Naruto. That's why I talk about it the most. I hate spoilers, by the way. That's why I wanted to do this podcast. So when I talk to friends, and they like wanna watch Naruto, I refrain. Like I do not want to talk about spoilers with them. I even people that have no chance of watching Naruto, I hate spoiling it. You know, because it's such a good show. Like I hate spoilers in general for anything, because it's such like a dick move. Why would you do it? You know, obviously, if you watch our podcast, the other ones, it's just because of the episode. Like you got, you're in there.
Yeah, you asked for the
You
spoilers.
asked for it. You asked for the
You
spoilers
should've
because you
watched
shouldn't watched it. But like in this podcast, I'm like literally trying not to spoil anything for any show, shitty show, good show, anything. I don't like to spoil.
I try my best not to spoil.
Right? Yeah, we try our best basically. So we don't like to do that because it's like you might watch it.
Yeah,
you might
me
not
too.
watch
I cannot, because there's this guy I know.
Uh-huh.
I talked to you about
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He watched all of Naruto, And then I found out he liked anime. I was like, oh, cool, what do you watch? And he was like, Naruto. And I'm like, oh.
Did he spoil anything
no,
yet?
No.
Thank
I
God.
said, oh, did you finish it? I was like, don't talk about it if you finished it, because I have not finished it.
And
then I ran from him, because he told me a spoiler, but I already knew about it. I knew what happened.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was like, I won't tell you. But
was it a spoiler you already seen, or is it a spoiler that someone spoiled it already for
No,
you?
I already seen it.
Okay, good.
Like,
Yeah.
after, I was like, do not spoil it for me. But then he's like, ha ha ha, and then he said the spoiler. And I was like, I literally, do you not understand?
That's
told
not
you.
funny.
It's not. I don't even know, like, did he not hear me? Like, I told you, and I told him more than 3 times, do not spoil it for me.
Sometimes I don't like spoilers, like, where it's like you kind of joke about it too. It's like where you're like, haha, he died, or something like that.
That's what he did.
Yeah, because even if he's lying or not, it's like, it just kind of like ruins it a little bit still. Like, you put that in your head or something, you know? Like, and if it did happen, you're like, shit, it did happen, you know?
I'm so sensitive with Naruto, especially Naruto.
It sucks. I could tell you
Because
right
I've been
now,
waiting for Naruto for so long. I will not.
You're almost there.
handle
You're
this
so
BS.
almost there. Because, you know, I got spoiled too. Even if I watch a sub, I got spoiled too. I could tell you 10 times I got spoiled from Naruto just because of that. Like, from the endings. Oh, God, I'm so pissed.
Like,
So
I'll be fine with any other show. Like, I would not rather be spoiled, but any other show except for Naruto.
Because of the wait. Because of
Yeah.
the wait. Because
'Cause I
it's just
freaking
such an
waited
absurd
so
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid Naruto.
Yeah. That's what's irritating. It's so, like, the thing is, those fillers that they did were just so ridiculous. You guys could have been done by, like, maybe like 6 months ago, I would say, because of those fillers.
3 years ago when it ended.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. There's something else I want to tell you about, but not here, because when you watch the show, so you could see what I'm talking about. They're so stupid. They did something so stupid. Anyway, what's your top? Like, not your top, but your number one. I think it's Fairy Tail.
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
What's your number one?
That's hard for me, especially.
For me,
because
like,
the first ever anime I watched, other than Naruto, because like I didn't really watch Naruto because I knew about Naruto because he watched it. But like the first ever thing I watched like seriously was Fairy Tail, and that's why I was so attached with it. But then I watched other animes like Death Note. But I don't think like those short animes would be my favorite. It's got to be Naruto, Gintama.
Gintama's such a good show.
The Heroic Legend of Wrestling. Cause it's so good, it makes me so happy. But I don't know, like I can't.
I won't do that to you because I made up my mind so like since I ever watched Naruto like till this day. I'll give you 3 choices, but like obviously it'll change. So I'll give you 3, not 3 choices, but 3 top 3. So like they're not number one, but they're just like 3 spots. Like so it's Gintama, Fairy Tail. No, would you say Gintama, Naruto, and then
Naruto Shippuden?
That's the Shippuden. The original Naruto is I like the original Naruto. I liked it because he was just like.
I love Naruto.
It's just such a good like. I think my favorite. I'm not. This one's hard for me. Making my favorite chapter from Naruto.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one, because it's so hard.
There's
but I
so
could
many.
say I think from the first chapter, from the very first, is my favorite, because it just introduces everything. It just sets up everything. It's just so brilliant. Like it's so good. I mean, it was slow, but it was so good to me. Like know, if you guys ever watched it, if you know Naruto or you watched that one, I just think that first chapter was so good. Like I'm talking about the original, like the first. It was just so good. If you guys haven't watched Naruto, I would recommend it, but obviously you probably prefer Dragon Ball Z because you guys are douchebags.
Losers.
I know Dragon Ball Z.
We should do our opinion on Dragon Ball Z. Like nobody would watch it, or hear it, but like this should be out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my opinion from watching it. I watched it, some episodes. But at the same time, like we're not gonna be harsh on it because you never watched Dragon Ball Z. We're just gonna do our what's it called? Our stubborn fan. Let's just do our stubborn fan podcast of ranting.
Yeah.
So wait, did you already say what your top 3 are?
I don't know.
Or do you want me not to choose?
I think. Give me choices.
All right, let me just give you a choice.
Like great anime.
Okay,
for sure, Naruto's one of them, and Gintama's one of them, but the third choice.
I'm telling you, there's people's like, I don't understand. Why is Naruto so good? Like, they watched it. Like, why is it so good? It doesn't make sense, you know? I think I have this theory. It's not accurate, but I have this theory. If you watch one anime and it's your first anime ever, I just think it would be your only anime.
That's
Like
the
it's your
only.
number.
That's the hard thing about it, because I watched both.
Because it's like if you watched it, like it's like your number one anime, like it's just like because of the adventure you had. Because if you notice anime, when you don't want to sound like cheesy, but with anime, it's like when you watch it, you're so into it, you know, you're so into that show, and when it ends, you feel like there's nothing to live for, right? That's like the meme. That's the meme.
Yeah.
There's nothing to live for. So it's like when someone watches their first anime and they're so into it, it's either done or the next season hasn't come out. They're just left there like, oh my god, like this is my number one anime. Obviously, it'll change over time. Depends. I feel, but that's what I think the topic is. Like, I mean, the idea of it is if you watch the first, whatever show you're watching, it doesn't matter what it was, maybe Tokyo Ghoul, it could be your number one anime. But that's just, you know, everyone's coming, no, you piece of shit.
Stupid.
You're so stupid. I'm unfollow, piece of shit. You're such a piece of shit.
Stupid idiot. Who do you think you are?
Who are you? Who are you? The anime king? Are you? I never said that. I'm just giving my theory. But that's what I'm thinking, because there is non-anime watchers, and they only have that one anime they watch, and that's their favorite anime, obviously, because that's the only anime they watch. But like if they see other ones, they're kind of turned off by it. Like for me, for Naruto, when I watch Naruto, if my friends recommend anime to me, I'm like, I like Naruto, but I'm not like trying to watch anything. That's when I started watching Blue Exorcist and Fairy Tail and stuff.
Blue Exorcist was one of my first two. It's it's the first time we're like, that's so funny. I don't know. Oh, what am I relating to?
Alright, let me give you guys a scenario. Okay, you and this anime show are in a bedroom. Is this your first time? Yeah. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna give you a wild ride.
But it's so funny. In One Piece, like I watched an episode or like a couple.
One Piece
it gives me
memories, right?
Yeah, I'm having nostalgia right now.
The thing is, One Piece, I don't think I'll. It's so hard to start. Like, where do you start?
Yeah, we're gonna soon or like.
One day we'll watch One Piece.
We're planning on watching it in the summer.
It's 41 minutes.
Dang. This was supposed to be 10 minutes.
It's supposed to be 10 minutes because of last week's episode. And we only have like how long to upload it? We only have like 40 minutes to upload it because it's about to be 12. And hey, you know what? Technically, we're done with our podcast, so we never lied. We did upload this on Friday. Just saying. It's just Spotify slow or YouTube is slow. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Let's just end it real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's it for anime talk
we'll
here.
Continue discussion.
We'll make a new topic next week. I don't know.
This is fun. I get to rant.
Yeah, we get to talk about the N-word. We talk about how Tokyo Ghoul sucks.
About ideals and Naruto and Tokyo Ghoul.
All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Anime Talk is now. Please give us questions or comments or statements so we can read them out here. We're desperately asking every week. Can you guys please give us something?
Please, I'm begging you.
No, it's just like if you guys want to say something or like not say something, but like give us.
Yeah, because it's interesting.
Ask us if we like for a scenario. Oh, have you ever watched Bleach? And we just like, oh, this guy asked us if we watch Bleach. Yes. It's like a questionnaire. Yeah. You know,
we watched Bleach. Saying.
No one asked.
Just saying.
I asked Bleach. That. I already know we watched Bleach.
Bleach was pretty long, not gonna lie. But
let's just end it.
Also, guys, BTS is nominated for a Grammy, so if they're actually
like guys,
up for voting, go vote for them.
This is not a BTS podcast.
I will always end with BTS.
You should have said that in the beginning, so people could have just been turned off by the podcast already. And then...
Ew, BTS, those Chinese.
No, BTS. BTS is good. I like them. The disrespect with the YouTube Rewind this year.
Did you guys see it? Oh my gosh, we need another
one. We should have talked about the YouTube Rewind. Yeah. Even though it's not anime, but like, we could have done a short, like, 3 minutes of it. Oh, I know. It's okay. Another day.
It's okay. We'll talk about it. We'll do another one. Every Monday we'll have
No, I'm not doing this. You can barely get this episode out there. Alright, guys, that's it for Anime Talk. I just say, I think I already said follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Anime Talk is now.
Alright, so, around like the 20th of December, we're gonna do like best anime openings and stuff of the year.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And I think we should have only 5 spots. And by the way, I think it's gonna be like biased. because
Because
if you
we
think,
only have like a limited.
yeah, like it's like, okay, let's just say if someone watched that the reincarnated slime thing, whatever, it's that show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I never watched the intro. I never, like, I'm gonna be more biased because I'm like, I watch Black Clover,
Yeah.
and I love the Black Clover intros. So
And
we're gonna
all of it's gonna be Black Clover.
all of it's gonna be Black Clover. I'm telling you guys right now. But I'll see how we can hook that up. How we can be fair about it.
Yeah.
We'll probably do two versions.
In our opinions, not everybody else's opinions. Because you always have your own opinions and ideals and tastes, and you
could be a little boy or a girl. Doesn't matter. That's not that type of podcast. But yeah, I'll try and make my, like, how fair, like, just not to be biased or anything, We'll do two versions. We'll do our version, the top 5, anime.
Of our opinions.
Yeah, and then we could do a list of, like, the one person that voted on it can, like, they say this is the top anime intro. Like,
Or we can, like, search up, like, best anime interest, and then we'll judge it.
Yeah. Just, we'll see.
We have no right to judge it, but still, we'll
we
judge
don't know
it.
how it's gonna even work out. Anyway, let's just end it here.
Yeah, just mentioning it.
Yeah, because and then
like end of the year things. We'll start doing that.
The Anime Global
like
Awards.
every
From Izzy and so
hosting.
I can see it now. Crunchyroll is gonna give us subscription to Crunchyroll.
They should actually do that for Japan.
They did something. There's an anime thing like that.
Yeah,
we should read the results. We should, if we can find out the awards for it. We should. I know they're doing an award thing. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk about it later because we're making this really long for no reason. All right, guys. See you guys on another podcast. Maybe. Oh wait. No. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. So bye.
Man, messed up.